Well, folks, it looks like I was right. Didn't really matter what the chart said or whatever, or what the fear factor said about the MT Gox stuff. We went up about 3,000 points. Now it's not like it's not like the options expired and then we went up 3,000 points the next minute. It took about until Friday night before we really started steadily going up, and we steadily crawled up about 3,000 points over the weekend. So yes, the options expiry was a looks like a pretty decent kicker. To the price going up. It was also because of the PCE numbers, obviously. They came in pretty good, and I think people decided to get a little bit of confidence. And the fear factor, nor the charts saying that we were bearish, really could keep us down. And we did actually gain about 5% over the weekend. But we are not out of the woods yet, because there's still the problem of MT Gox. And I would not be surprised if we went up tomorrow, July 1st, or rather today when this video comes out. I mean, the 63,000 I will hold, I assume, until like this video is released about 4 hours after this recording. I assume it'll still be there. Maybe I'm wrong and maybe it'll drop in the next 4 hours. I don't think so. But wouldn't be surprised if we kept on going up tomorrow because the MT Gox thing just said July. Doesn't have to be July 1st. In fact, there's a good chance it's not July 1st. We don't really know what day in July. So if you still believe that MT Gox is going to crash us hard, I would not buy if we go up tomorrow. I do think the fear factor of MT Gox is actually greater than the actual sell-off. Yes, there will be people that sell off. But for those of you that think that the people are getting all their Bitcoin back, that's not true. They are basically giving back around 100,000 Bitcoin. I mean, the reports say 65K to 145K, so take or give about 100K. But MT Gox lost like 1 million Bitcoin, so you're roughly getting maybe like 10% of those Bitcoins back. However, Bitcoin was like $1,000, so you still are up 6x, even with the reduced amount of Bitcoins compared to how much actual Bitcoins you actually had at the time and the actual monetary value. So there is going to be some sales. Now, the people who are desperate to sell probably already sold within the last 10 years because they had the right to sell all those Bitcoin, the rights to their Bitcoin for 10 years. There are probably some companies or other individuals buying them up. So the distribution will begin in July. I'm not exactly sure when in July, and when that distribution starts, we might see downward selling pressure. Some of you have been telling me, but BlackRock will buy that up. Yeah, eventually maybe, but over the summer, I'm not really sure if they'll buy 9 billion in 3 months. Yes, in the first 5 months, they sucked up like 20 something billion, but a lot of that was actually grayscale sell off. And the thing is, like, the first couple of months are probably going to be the most activitous month of BlackRock because generally, like, the interest is greatest when the ETF is released. Now, if it goes down tomorrow because of MT Gox, I'm really not that worried, first of all, and I'm not really that surprised because they could have started distributing on July 1st. But in July does not necessarily mean July 1st, so don't get too happy if it opens, the market opens, and we're like 65K by tomorrow, because that is a possibility. Because some people are going to be like, oh, they're starting to distribute in July. It's not going down. No one's selling off. I bet there's going to be a lot of those people, and those people could get thwacked in the face once they buy in when it's like 65, 66, and then those people do actually sell off because 100,000, 140,000 coins is a lot, and even if they sell, waves, even if they sell in waves of a couple hundred coins, that's constant downward pressure from here until October or later because they're not going to release all the coins at once. It's going to be from July until October. That might set us up for like a fall winter run, obviously. Obviously, it was really the fear, and I think it did actually get oversold as soon as the sentiment kind of like panned out, more or less, and people realized, hey, it's not the end of the world. Bitcoin's really cheap, and we're going to buy in. But there is the big albatross hanging over us, and there are people depending on MT Gox to bring them down. Now, those people depending on MT Gox to bring the price down so they can buy in cheaper, they might actually be really upset after a while because, like I said, I think it might actually be one of those like sell the rumor, buy the news type things. But like the ETF, there is real downward pressure on Bitcoin from the people that are going to sell. But I think it's quite limited at this point, and a lot of the people that are being redistributed the coins are probably going to hold because they did have the rights to sell the rights for the last 10 years or so. There's going to only be like a portion of them that sell, and I don't think that portion is as big as people think. I do think, some of them are going to sell over the counter. They're going to arrange like direct sales to maybe like BlackRock or Fidelity or whoever wants Bitcoin at this point. And even an OTC sell will have some effect on price, as it will choke or it will actually satisfy BlackRock or Fidelity's demand for a while, so they won't be forced to buy the price up. So there's a lot of complicated factors going on here. There might be a lot of long-term holders that will continue to hold their Bitcoin. There's going to be some sales, and like we might only see the downward pressure of like maybe 100 Bitcoins a day coming onto the market when they start distributing, or it might be like a big wave where we have several thousand come onto per day at once, have a big dip, and then basically go up the next couple of days to recover from that dip. Hard to say. I would have to wait until July is over to make an actual pronouncement, because what happens in July is probably going to happen in August, September, and October if there's like, one sale that goes down and then the rest of the days kind of like bring us up. I have no idea what's really going to happen, but for right now, it looks like the fear factor has alleviated and people are buying back because they realize that, the world's not going to end, Armageddon's not going to come, and maybe the sell-off won't actually be that huge. So yeah, I was right about the Friday thing. Let's see if it actually reverses, because there definitely could be a bull trap with this MT Gox thing. So that's the news for today. Let me know what you think. Like and subscribe. Hit that bell notifications button. Thank you and have a nice day.